Hey, what's up, everybody? The other day we talked about mental health. We talked about getting our mind right, putting ourselves in a position that we're going to be able to move forward, be able to make decisions rationally. That was really the primary thing that I was trying to get at yesterday. And if we're not ready to do that, make sure that we continue to move forward with that before we get to these other things. Now, I want to talk about something that I had gotten into during my introduction, and that was fixed expenses versus variable expenses. Now, I put together a couple little things here for you. It's rudimentary. I'm scribbling in like just a regular single subject notebook, so bear with me, but I'm here working with you, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about is fixed expenses versus variable, and what are they? Your fixed expenses are what you are going to expect to pay every single month. An example of my fixed expenses are my car payment, my car insurance, my cell phone bill, my cable bill, and my rent. All right, those are going to be the exact same thing every single month, so I can expect to set that aside. They aren't going to go anywhere. I can't get rid of them. They are there. They are there to manage, and if I manage them properly, I have more options in the future. Now, you have also variable expenses. These are things like your groceries, the gas, date night, going out for dinner with, a couple buddies, maybe that 30 rack of beer to enjoy. Just saying. But I broke down a little sheet that I would love for you guys to take into consideration. Now, I think it's a little bit inverted, but besides the point, if you can look backwards. All right, it says fixed expenses versus my variable expenses, and it's just pretty much a chart where I list them. Here nor there, what it says on them matters, but I'll give you an example. All right, so I have my fixed expenses. I had my car payments, $400. Car insurance, I'm looking at $200. My apartment is $1,300. My cell phone's $110. And personally, I pay child support. I pay $1,000 a month, so I have to plan for that variable expenses, right? In my fixed expenses. Almost tripped there. Now, I also have variable expenses. I have my groceries. I paid $72. My gas, I paid $50. Groceries, another $51. I bought a Monster one day. That was $3.50. Went out for dinner with my boys. It was $23. Gas was $41. Oil change was $50. And I had a date night with my daughter. It was $128. Now, with all those things being said, I would add up all of my total costs. And then after my take home, I would subtract this number away from it, giving me an idea of what I had remaining. Now, at the end of it, that number might be measly. All right, this is where it gets difficult. At that point in time, you have to decide what percentage of what your total check is that you're going to then take and put towards your savings or put towards something else. That's a real moment where you have to step up and have self-discipline. All right, because none of this matters unless you have the balls to take the money out of your check, and instead of going out for dinner or doing some fun thing that's just wasteful, go about and do it. Now, the one thing about this list is it will make you a hell of a lot more responsible. You'll notice, like, when you're going to the store and you're just buying snacks instead of actually doing the right thing. You'll also notice when, you've been to the bar too many times, which is not something that I do anymore, but this is one way that actually helped me kick that out of my life. One of my neighbors are walking by my little apartment building. I'm not rich, I'm just comfortable. All right, and I want you to be able to be too. I do whatever the hell I want all the time. Now, what's very important is what we do next after the variable expenses, but take some time doing this, all right? That list should be up to date, all right? So have a month where you're actually a little bit more disciplined. You can write down your fixed expenses. That's going to take you all but like 30 seconds. But keeping the notebook with you, the actual notebook with you, and writing down what your variable expenses are every single day. So if you buy a pack of smokes, if you're a smoker, if you want to go grab a couple nips, if you're a drinker, I don't recommend doing any of those things. They're bad for you financially and they're bad for your health. So they're gonna, force you to make bad decisions sometimes with your money. Can you imagine if you need booze or if you need a pack of smokes, and the only way you can is if you want to sell like a security that you have to be. Think about how desperate that is. All right, self-control, self-discipline. All right. Also, too, when you're doing this list, be honest. Don't leave something out or add something on. What you actually spend. Now, an easy way to keep track of this shit is to make all your variable expenses on one credit card if you have them. I'm not saying, oh, I don't have a credit card, so I can't do this. That's fine. Use your cash, but keep an expense list. But an easy way to do so would be to, just check your phone. You get the app and you can see the expenses that you made. You can keep track of them. All right. Also, too, I want you to keep your next 4 or 5 pay stubs if you have them. If not, we're going to have to address other things on how to get you money. All right. But we usually do that by getting a job first. All right. So if you don't like what I'm saying to you, maybe this isn't the channel for you. However, remember, we're putting on our big boy pants now, our big girl pants now. And that might mean swallowing a pill that might not taste good and might not be the one that we want to take. So let's do the right thing. We know what the right thing is. Wealth isn't built overnight, just like your muscles aren't at the gym, just like Rome wasn't built overnight. All right, that's a beautiful place, but it was not built just overnight. All right, so building wealth is something that we can do. All right, and if you say, oh, well, after that list, I have absolutely no money. You have to address that yourself. You have to go find another job, work a second one, find another hustle. I know a person that sells bracelets. All right. And this person's turning over like $800-900 a month right now. And that's the expense that they end up saving. But there's other things that you can do. I know that some of you are smoking weed and shit and could buy a little bit more and take care of one of your friends. I'm just saying shit. I'm not saying be a drug dealer. I'm not saying any of that shit. All I'm saying is you have to address another way that you have to make money or find a job that's going to make you more. Plain and simple. But, I'm going to catch up with you later. My daughter's actually texting me as we speak. She's funny now. She's got that messenger, so she's blowing my phone up regularly. No, I'm not one of those parents that got her a cell phone, but she's got an iPad just like every other kid. And she's got Messenger now, so she doesn't stop. Y'all, I'm going to catch you later. I hope you understood what I was trying to say. Fixed and variable expenses. Keep a notebook. Keep track of this shit. And if you do, at the end of this month, you're going to be able to get a good idea of what you can subtract from this variable number. Because if you can subtract from that variable number, it means there's more money that you can eventually save. Peace, y'all.